All right, so Ross. No, wait, I'm going to start. I only read that really short passage that was embarrassing to get
Yeah,
through.
you did. So,
So I'm gonna read this.
yeah, please
That's
do.
right. You need to embarrass yourself further, obviously.
Oh, I'm immune to that. I wrote this. Anyway, it has been a month. Ellipsis. A whole month since the Project Doomsday incident. Remember that, Ross?
Nope.
Project Doomsday, there was this clock, this time limit of a week before Eggman was going to launch his Doomsday device.
Oh, you mean in Sonic Sat AM, the final?
No, I mean,
I
actually mean in the story.
No, I don't remember that at all because I wasn't there for that part. I'm going to assume.
No, it had already started. You simply don't remember it.
I do not. I tried to purge most memories of your story from my head very quickly.
So you'll be happy to know that Project Doomsday was a literal nuclear head. Was a nuclear missile, essentially.
I mean, he tried to launch one at Station Square, so I mean, I guess.
No, I mean a actual proper, realistic-looking nuclear missile, the kind that the American government currently has. That is the thing that he launched.
Oh, yay.
See, the twist is that that kind of technology has been lost in the New World for thousands of years, and Eggman actually came by a reserve of plutonium, or was it uranium? I don't know. I don't care.
I think I forgot to.
He made
I am so
essentially
beyond
a fashion
caring.
missile.
Please continue with the story.
So that missile blew in the face of Cosmo, who saved the world by basically doing something to it. And all that was left of her was a seed that was properly planted. Oh, and by the way, she had a Chaos Emerald inside of her the entire time.
So the whole, I don't know, fucking nuclear missile did not have enough force to shatter a Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, it was kind of a teleportation, something happening or the other in which everything would explode into an entire different dimensional part of the universe, I think, in order to save... You're
the writer of the story! Why are you saying I think?
Because it's been so long. Give the kid a break.
No, she literally did that, because I remember what happened next. But it wasn't exactly clear when we read it in the story. It was meant to be vague. Okay?
Well, basically, plot nonsense happens and everything's okay. Yay.
Yes, also Cosmo interacted with the narrator itself.
Yes, please carry on, Madhog, please. Oh, for God's sake, please carry on.
Yeah, that happened, Ross. I'll give you time to mull that over.
I think Ross doesn't care, Madhog.
Oh, man. Anyway, it has been a month, a whole month since the Project Doomsday incident. A month since the menace that almost destroyed Mobius. A month since her death. Cosmo the Sigurian, her name was. The first, and for now, the only element of her kind. The only element of her kind? That's a weird way to phrase it.
She's so precious, that existence, that she's an element.
That is a weird way to phrase it. Also, I just remembered your request, Ross. She was the first sapient anthropomorphic plant-based life form, the last step in natural evolution, and a true heroine. She sacrificed herself in order to vanquish that lethal nuke. She summoned Chaos Control with the red Chaos Emerald she was born with, and then she just disappeared along with the missile. Only a seed was left of her. A seed of hope. A seed of illusion. Just a seed for now. Oh boy. It was buried and left to grow by its own. It has been a month. A whole month! See, wait! Did I copy-pasted this passage?
Yes, you probably did.
Oh boy, a whole month since a young, heartbroken fox started his healing process. Luckily for him, he was not alone.
Because he had several other lonely people, including Amy.
Okay, you're going to like this.
Not.
It was meant to be ironic. He had his friends, his comrades, his family with him. He was a freedom fighter after all. He had his adopted mother. And he was glad for it.
Especially since she saw too much on the holographic toilet.
Oh boy, yeah, it happened, Ross. Ultimately, he had a goal. The demise of his/their mortal enemy, Dr. Eggman. After the whole Project Doomsday fiasco, things didn't get quite well for the good old deranged Doctor. GUN and malicious forces were now pretty much on his neck, preparing themselves to do battle with everything they hold, all the exposition they could deliver. The uranium reserves under Robotropolis were exhausted, so he couldn't make another weapon alike. And that's the end of that plotline. And what was worse, his enemies had his nephew, Snively, in their grasps.
How's that worse? At what point did he ever give a shit about shit Snively?
Oh, well, because obviously Snively might have some information about him. You know?
No point in Sat AM did he give any shits about what Snively did.
Yeah, this is a different...
I'm just saying,
Sorry.
It's just like, oh no, they have Snively. Ah.
He's going to tell them about the fact that I dye my own mustache. Okay. Being a member of the Mobian Council, Snively happened... being, by the way, it's spelled wrongly.
Yes.
It's like has been when it should be being. Anyway.
Yes.
Snively happened to be the perfect spy for the Eggman Empire. His capture, along with the capture of the entire GUN leak, because, like, a lot of generals in GUN were under Eggman's pocket, not just Snively,
Yep.
has been orchestrated by the Doctor himself as a further bait to lure the enemy's attention away from his, now vanquished, ultimate scheme. Oh yeah, that was the great twist of the previous story. That, you know, his interest in capturing Cosmo, the legal information in GUN, the base with abandoned robots that had this insignia on. All of that, it was all a ruse, a clever ruse to distract them from his real plan of a nuclear warhead. Misdirection, you guys. The ultimate plan of distraction and destruction. It's amazingly stupid anyway. But it's funny. Ironically enough, the little overlander could very well become the key for his uncle's demise. Not many info came out of his mouth so far, except a name. Ivo Julian Robotnik. Dr. Eggman's real name. This is a series of freaking dialogues without context to know who actually is speaking them.
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic. So it's basically like, everyone call out a random line and a random voice, and hopefully we get it right.
Actually, it's one of them is Snively, obviously. The other one is Maximilian Acorn.
Is that all the bloody
Apparently
news?
Knuckles was in there somewhere too, so...
Okay.
Oh, wait, okay, so one was Maximilian, the other one was Knuckles. Sorry about that.
God damn it, that's why you had... God damn it. Okay.
I know.
This drives me up the wall more than anything else.
Okay, Ross, you're going to voice Maximilian, and it's the first one to...
What's Maximilian?
It is the first one to speak.
Okay.
And the VAR, you'll be Knuckles as always, because it's funny.
For chaos sake!
Yes.
Okay. Ivo Julian Robotnik. Dr. Eggman's real name.
Is that all the bloody news you got?
I'm afraid so.
Fucking chaos superstar! Knuckles has become quite
I love this so much.
He's become a Christopher Walken
Knuckles has the best insults and swears ever just in this story. Oh man.
Well, there's no reason to be vulgar and spout incomprehensible nonsense, Knuckles.
Well, excuse me, your former majesty. But I'm getting freaking pissed off!
Wow, Knuckles takes no sass from nobody.
Why do I even bother? Never mind.
If there was one thing that Maximilian Acorn knew, was that perfectly rational and polite manner discussions and angry, easily pissed off Abel Echidnas didn't fit together. Not at all. You don't say. The former royal squirrel sighed and decided, for his mental sake, to change the topic.
Give me 1 second. So, tell me, my good Echidna, how's my daughter Sally doing?
You don't want to know what happened to her when I was done with her.
No, Devar, no.
I made her a great omelette.
Oh, okay. For some reason, since you're always angry, I don't know what to expect when you open your mouth and say things. Replied Knuckles from the room he was receiving Max's call.
Wait, what?
Wait, you skipped a bit.
No,
He
asked from the giant screen.
Oh, sorry. He asked from the giant screen his image appeared on. Ah, sorcery! And Knuckles punches the screen.
She's doing just fine. She's with Tails now. Where she belongs.
Why does this sound so threatening? She's in the dungeon, being punished for her sins. This is perfect. This is amazing. I love it. Okay, honestly, everything Knuckles says or does is such comedy gold. I love it. It makes my life worth it. Oh.
Where she belongs.
Oh my god. Replied Knuckles from the room he was receiving Max's call.
That's a relief.
Question mark?
Things happen to be quite messy over the past few weeks. You know?
Oh, no, this is making it worse.
But why would you do this? First we had SPO having gay lunch. Somebody.
Oh my god.
Answer now this.
I cannot understand a single word you're saying, but maybe that's for the best. I cannot. I'm crying. Ross, please save us. Oh no, it's the Devar's turn. Damn it, we're doomed.
It's Devar's turn.
Wait, I have to go next.
Yes, you do. You have to go next in the Knuckles voice.
Oh, gosh. I can imagine. Hell, you guys are probably trying to fuck each other right now!
No!
Well, I do not like to brag, but my dick is currently inside another man, yes.
Oh, I'm hurting on the side. I'm actually hurting on the side. Oh, my rib cage. This is too much. This is too much. Ouch. Ouch, ouch.
Oh my gosh, really?
Oh my god, we cannot make it.
Well, I can say one thing, Madhog. Maximilian has the bigger party out of the two.
Oh my god. I had to read now. I don't know if I can. Damn it.
Okay, Madhog, breathe. You can do this.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
Ross, you're not helping. Okay,
I need
Ross.
food in my belly. Please
Ross,
continue.
Ross, I dare you. I dare you to say you're not having the time of your life right now.
I have a smile on my face, but I did not crack
Okay.
up into hysterics like you two did.
Okay. That's good.
I'm trying to stay on task. I am a level-headed fairy.
I'm a level-headed secret agent spy thingy.
Okay.
Anyway. Of course, the old acorn knew that the echidna's unappreciated direct remark meant... Oh, wait, that's the end of the sentence. Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, the older Eggcorn knew what the echidna's unappreciated direct remark meant.
Yes, good, thank you. After Sneebly's betrayal and Sally's defection from the Mobian Council, the 3 remaining members, including Maximilian,
We're having a very intense...
No! I knew it! I knew you were going to say it! Damn you! We're struggling very hardly
Yes, they were.
to keep things united.
But he's inside somebody. That means they are united.
They were doing a conga line, if you know what I'm saying.
They were having a Boco no Pico.
Oh my god.
No,
Ross,
please,
Ross,
no.
that is a terrible thing to say. You killed the joy out of the room.
I'm sorry, Ross. I can't let you have that one. That's sick.
Now, they would be forced to choose other 2 members sooner or later. Oh, damn it! No! Trustworthy.
Would you like to join?
Wanna be a member? Trustworthy people, hopefully.
I'm alright, trustworthy.
No! The word curses! Being in a mood for a talk, despite the nature of the interlocutor, the ex-king continued his conversation.
How are the others doing?
No, Ross, you read it correctly. You should have read it as it is written.
Okay. And how's the others doing?
Yes, which is wrong, obviously. That,
So my
unfortunately...
brain saw the words that was supposed to be there instead of...
But your
actual
heart
words.
saw something else. That, unfortunately, was definitely not a good question.
You mean definitely?
Oh, yeah, that thing again.
I see it's still here. I'm glad you're still here, definitely.
It's not going to go away anytime soon. He is the 5th member of the TMNT, after all.
Yeah, yes, I'm glad you're here, definitely. You're the only one that brings me comfort in this story.
For obvious reasons, the collective mood of Knuckles' companions haven't been very solar. Ellipsis.
Haven't been very solar. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said, and I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, apparently they needed solar energy in order to have emotions.
Yeah. The death of Cosmo had left a big hole in the fabric of their unity. Especially in Blaze, after her sister/lover one-day relationship that was utterly inconsistent. And you wouldn't know about that, Ross, but it was a source of much laughter for us.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Espio the Chameleon, the silent but little trained ninja, used to pass all of his days in meditation, isolating himself more than he usually did. So overall, not a big change.
Yeah, just more than usual.
Blaze the Cat, the Fire Master Lady, and also the Master of Fire Pants, was the one who reacted the worst. Cosmo was her sister, honorary sister, but sister nonetheless. The feline would spend a grand part of her time crying softly in the solitude of her room, listening to Linkin Park. She hasn't talked with anybody for a month.
So, back to square one then.
Essentially. Emmy Rose, the enthusiastic pink hedgehog, who was harassed by Shadow, by the way.
Yay.
That's a thing. That's a thing that happened. Was enthusiastic no more.
I would say thank God, but, that does not necessarily mean she's going to become a more standable character.
She's quite standable in the Sonic Boom cartoon, but that
yeah, for
isn't
my
saying
hood,
much.
that's about... Yeah, I mean, basically, she stopped being a complete annoyance there, which is great. But
No, but then again, every character is now. Okay.
she just handed the mantle over to everyone else.
Well, actually, Eggman is quite hysterical, honestly.
Yeah, Eggman's the best part of the show.
Should
He
at
will be
least get
incredibly
the-
disappointed by the fact that Eggman now does not look like an egg anymore. The body fat has been actually moved up in
To the
the
shoulders.
upper body. Now he looks more like a steak. He's Dr. Steak Man, basically.
Still not as egregious as Knuckles.
Knuckles is actually one of the funniest by being a complete idiot. Well, at least he's not an angry idiot, so there's that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he's basically the idiot written to be an idiot, just to be an idiot.
Which
Yes.
is surprisingly consistent with his character, too.
Yeah.
Most.
Where was
Was
I?
enthusiastic no more.
Was enthusiastic no more. She tried with all her might. It's back! It's back with all her might! Yes! I'm not keeping count on that anymore, actually, so screw it. To cheer her
This is
friends.
long. I'm hungry.
Oh, come on, come on.
We can
We're
make
almost
it,
there.
Ross.
Ankle legs up. But to no avail. Failing in this task, she became even more depressed. She would spend at least 2 afternoons a week bathing in the Great Lake, which was never introduced before, but apparently there is something called the Great Lake. Desperate to
We
clean
have a
hers-
bunch of those in my country.
Yes, desperate to clean herself from more than just dirt?
What? It was like, so unclean, did unclean things, so unclean.
From that awful yet intoxicating memory. From him.
Oh, him.
Not the villain from Powerpuff Girls.
No,
mind
no.
you.
That's what I thought.
All in all, Tails was doing good. Thanks for that. Wow, that's everybody's suffering, sorrow, emo time. Tails, nope, I'm fine. I'm totally fine, you guys.
You don't character, so everything's good for me.
It's
Oh my god.
You know what this reminds me of now? Yeah, this reminds me of the Beachside campaign where every character other than Manny started off quite looking well for themselves, and then suddenly everything gone to crud for everybody else, but Manny's looks fine.
Yeah, and he started off the worst, actually. Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, this is funny. And also, keep plugging in our campaign on Beachside. Keep doing that.
Yes.
Everybody will understand that. All in all, Tails was doing great. Mainly thanks to Sally's efforts. I love this. Okay,
Yeah,
so...
they spent so much time in the dungeon together.
Damn it. I like to think that Sally is doing all this to make Tails feel better, but nobody cares about the other members of the militia. They can rot in their misery, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
Tails.
only Tails matters, of course.
Yeah,
They-
Tails asks Sally, what about the others? Screw the others. I can't be mothers to everybody here.
Well, she kind of is already, come to think of it.
Yeah, true, but
Oh.
she's not acting it yet.
The kid loved Cosmo. There were no doubts about it. It wasn't just a crush. It was love in its purest and suffering form. We're in love. They also played Pong on a made-up console, by the way.
Yeah.
Come on, please move.
Okay. And without his mother's affection, why is it in quotation marks, damn it? He wouldn't be able to even walk again. Okay, Knuckles himself was not having a fine time too. He would blame himself to the death. He would blame himself to death for the fate of Cosmo. Yes, that's what I meant to say. For being unable to save her. There is an alternative ending in which he dies in place of Cosmo. Remember that, Davar?
Yes, I do.
He would not forget the angry words that his fox companion muttered at him through his tears. Knuckles had problems in sleeping. Therefore, his mood was even nastier than usual, and that said something. In the end, Knuckles could not save anyone, and he keeps failing.
So, again, consistent with the games.
In the end, the members of the Freedom Fighters Mystic Ruin section were not having a good time. They were having a bad time.
Except for Tails.
Yeah, Tails is going through the pacifist route, obviously, so
Apparently.
he's having a good time. Everyone else, not so much.
Yeah, he gets Sally.
Uh,
We're good. Thanks.
with that said, the Red Mauler hang up. He only has wrestling nicknames. Cursing under his breath, as always.
Stupid fucking shit. We're gonna we're gonna be a quick chaos orgy of a fucking.
Okay, thank you. Okay, there is a very brief change in paragraph. So, if you want to read.
Okay. From the apparent obscurity of his hut, Maximilian was having a panic attack.
Why didn't I tell him? Damn it!
Why?
Okay. Relax now, old Max, old buddy. You promised to your best friend not to spoil anything. That's right. We will not spoil anything. For now. Again, damn it!
What? The former monarch, unlike any common politician, didn't like to lie or keep secrets. Especially a secret.
Commentary!
Especially a secret of this magnitude. About a month ago, his intelligence agencies have been able to detect a strange phenomenon near the southwest confines of Robotropolis. A strange, uncommon blue ray of energy. A blur, some said.
Oh god.
The local freedom fighters militia, the Wolf Pack, confirmed its existence.
Yes, Ross is giggling because he understood the reference.
Oh,
do.
thank for the mass destruction.
It's not that, Wolfpack.
It's not a wrestling reference, although I imagine that's where your mind would first go.
Wolfpack actually mentioned in the cartoon.
Ah, that Wolf Pack.
But yes, NWO Wolfpack, because red paint is cool, apparently.
Max had no doubts of what that could have been. As soon as he realized it, the first thing he did was to call his longtime friend and inform him of the joyful news.
Just so you know, his longtime friend, as established prior to this, is Uncle Chuck.
Yes, obviously. Okay, so Charles, we found him. Wolverine.
Wolverines.
So who's gonna be Uncle Chuck then?
I'll be Uncle Chuck. Who?
Your nephew Wolverine, Charles. We finally found him.
Who? Sonic? He's alive? But how?
We could ask him directly as soon as we get the others to look for him and...
Wait,
What?
it could be a trap! You know, that is the first intelligent thing anyone said up until this point.
Oh yeah, it is.
For what we know, it could be Eggman's latest trick! And you know the guy, he comes up with something new once a week at the very least.
Yeah, he comes up with
Basically.
new distractions every week.
New
Yep.
distractions and distractions.
Yep.
No, listen, do not approach him yet, and do not tell anybody about it. Wait, so...
Are you sure?
You are saying that we should proceed with caution about this one, so we should not tell the others that could potentially engage him not to be aware of a newcomer?
Nope, not at all.
Oh wow,
So-
Clearly, we thought this through heavily.
Wow, okay, sure.
It's like my problem with characters who decide not to tell protagonists information that they need to know because otherwise they go off and do it anyway.
Believe me, Max, there is nothing in this world I would love more than to embrace my beloved nephew again, but until we don't get absolutely sure of its identity, I'd rather to keep it a secret. For now, at least, which is stupid. Really stupid, come to think of it.
This shall be his downfall.
In a way, it is. Thank you.
Pardon, by the way.
Ah, it was you this time.
I
No, we
burped at the
both
same
burped.
time Ross did.
Oh,
We
wow.
both burped at that. That was the correct response, apparently.
Okay, this is the worst reading we ever had, thanks to all the burping.
I couldn't help myself. I drank some
need
water.
food. Everything
We're all-
is my way soon.
Okay, we're almost done. Well, almost.
The old squirrel didn't like the situation. He didn't at all. Suddenly, someone knocked at his door. It was a rather young-looking coyote dressed in a military outfit and with a strange toupee-like blonde haircut.
Antoine, what can I do for you?
Well, aren't you happy, Devar? You get to do your offensive French accent, after all.
Oh,
This is what British people are born for.
Apparently.
oui, monsieur. There is something we need to discuss, Max.
What about?
About a certain bleu your men found. Yes, they told me, Max, I know.
So much for the secret.
Antoine Depardieu was the youngest member of the Mobian...
Antoine Depardieu.
That's what I said, Depardieu.
You know what? Never mind. We'll be here all night otherwise.
Was the youngest member of the Mobian Council, and by far the most undeserving.
Pretty much.
His presence in the lodge was earned by his political heritage, despite this fact, and his ridiculously stereotypical French accent.
Self-awareness.
The canine wasn't to be underestimated. He was an unpredictably sly individual, and his current behavior was nothing more than a facade to hide his true personality.
And that includes his fake French accent, curiously enough.
Yes, and everyone knows about it. It's just that everyone just pretends that he's good at it.
Yeah, huh.
He learned this trick from his father. If your enemies underestimate you, then it would be easier to defeat them. That's what his parent taught him.
Here's the problem with the narrator, because it is pretty much established as an omniscient narrator that knows everything about everyone, and it explains it to you immediately, thus, ruining whatever tension or suspense or potential build-up you could have. But then at some point, he just decides, you know what, I actually don't know everything.
Yes.
Maximilian, however, wasn't stupid. He had quite a talent when it came to detect liars and masquerades. Therefore,
yes, he was very good.
That's why he was completely taken by Snively or something.
Yeah, but no, that was Snively being way too smart for everyone else.
Oh, okay.
Well, in fairness, Snively was put there by Gunn, which was their allies, and also, from a meta perspective, they did not know of his blood connections with Eggman at the time. So, we know it, but the characters didn't.
Yeah.
He's good at detecting liars and masquerades. So he's very good at Vampire the Masquerade, actually.
Therefore,
yes,
he would always keep an eye on this young, ambitious lad.
Let's walk, shall we?
Indeed. Indeed.
I just wanted to force the accent even in words that did not necessitate it.
And so they do.
And so he did!
The hidden haven, better known as Knothole, freshly rebuilt in the shelter of the Great Forest.
The Great Forest!
Nearby the confines with Overland, consisted in a few huts, a resilient perimeter gate, and high security guard systems, and lots of soldiers and technological stuff.
That should never be your description of anything.
It's like
children of the technological stuff.
Okay, again, the narration style in this story. It's either I'm going to describe everything in minutia, or I'm not going to care at all.
So that basically is like you like have this when you're writing it, you have this mental image. Like I guess they would have something there to like monitor things, but what I don't know, fucking technological stuff. I'm not gonna think about it further.
Okay, they have a perimeter, a few some huts here, high security guard system, totally cool stuff. Lots of soldiers. Oh, and can't forget the technological stuff. Yeah, can't forget that. It's so cool, guys.
And we don't know what this technological stuff is. It could could be a hut just stacked full of Game Boys.
You know what? You know what? It's canon. Just for you.
It's probably worse, Ross, but still. The bunker was the center of all Mobius's activities, and the place where the council used to rule from. In the middle of the town. 2 of the current 3 members of the lodge where the Grand Poobah sat were having a very important and polite conversation about trust and respect. You stupid old fart! Why you didn't tell us?
Shut up, sissy!
You see, the joke is that they were not having a polite conversation at all.
Obviously.
Well, it's polite by politician standards anyway.
Oh, burn! Topical!
Well, it's always topical.
It's always topical.
Now more than ever.
You will pay for this, crazy fuel!
The word is fool, ignorant.
Okay, I'm having a kick out of this, actually.
What? Kick out what?
You crazy fuel! You're all crazy fuel!
Well, to be fair, that was a bit that they did all the time in the actual cartoons. So.
I know. That's why I'm having a kick at this.
But that was a nice callback. I will give you credit for that.
Thank you.
It didn't take very long for the 2 of them to start performing their own
wait,
of a
stop
match with each other.
This is narrator. It's not supposed to be French.
Oh, I'm gonna do a French accent for you all the way through this.
Can you actually reread that then?
Oh, it didn't take very long for the 2 of them to start performing their own version of a no-holds-barred hardcore wrestling match with each other.
You see, you should have Jim Ross's voice for this one.
Oh, God.
But where's the steel chairs?
And there's no ladders.
Hold it.
Or for a random crowd to come along and enjoy the show, cheering passionately for the chosen champion.
Let's go, and
someone yelled.
Which I refuse to believe was a thing that happened, by the way. Everybody would basically go into the room, kick Antoine's ass!
Someone else said,
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
Basically, everyone cried.
I've inserted out of nowhere a wrestling joke and reference that makes no sense in context. I hope you appreciate it.
And it keeps going.
Oh, yes.
Set on the comment table for this amazing pay-per-view event with none other than the legendary wrestler Jerry the Kangaroo Laura and his colleague, good old JR Jim Rooster. This sounds like something Sonic Boom's cartoon would come up with.
You know what?
They did
You're
do
right.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. You know what? That episode wasn't actually that bad, in spite of that. Anyway, my chaos kangaroo! These 2 are gonna kill themselves! It sure is damn personal!
Cried Jim.
A what? Oh, sorry, I was admiring the ladies. Yowza! Puppies!
The only time when him going kitty would make sense.
Basically.
Puppies! Also would make sense.
Yes.
Replied the kangaroo. The spectacle did endure for a while, and I spat on my monitor. Excuse me.
Good! Good.
It was right when Antoine was about to hit Max in the head with a barbed wire baseball bat that someone had enough of it.
Okay, I've had fairly enough of this.
I had fairly odd parents of this.
Indeed he had. Everybody turned to see the new corner.
Boo, and they boo him because he's interrupting the match.
It was an old skunk with a military general outfit.
Well, you dug deep for this one.
Geoffrey St. John, the oldest and most stubborn member of the council, was still a pretty intimidating figure. And not just because he was a smelly old skunk. If you know what I'm saying.
We know. Please proceed.
The other two younger Mobians stood to their feet, messed up, bruised due to their fight, and still glancing at each other with killing glares while smoking cigarettes. The former general approached them and, with an air of solemn authority, spoke.
Now, let's discuss this blue blur phenomenon, shall we?
I'm just going to assume that after this, Jerry the kangaroo roller went away because he had to deal with a lawsuit for sexual harassment.
Most likely,
yeah.
With all the puppies and kittens he harassed.
Yeah.
Either that or kidnapping.
So anyway, what did you think of this paragraph here?
Can we not cover this again, ever?
Yeah.
French accent and all.
Just out of nowhere.
A lot of stuff in this story, or in my stories in general, tend to come out of nowhere to take people aback.
Yeah, this was a bit...
That'd be like something that you'd expect would be like, I don't know, like you did a 9-canning a make at the end of like your chapter for just that absurdity.
Yes, I did something like that for one of my many rewritings, except I actually put it inside the story, which kind of destroys a very grave mood I was going for.
Yeah, it really does destroy the complete mood that you're going for. You're like, everything
Well,
sucks. Everything's ominous. Oh my god.
Well, to be honest, this is the more light part of the story so far. We are yet to get to the really egregious stuff.
Oh god.
Yay. We're not going to get to the really egregious stuff.
Not tonight, at least.
Yes, because my belly requires food.
Anyway, this should be the last paragraph before the end of the chapter, so
let's get
hold
through
on.
this.
Hold on. So whose turn to read is it anyway? Ross?
I suppose it's mine because I barely read anything throughout most of this chapter.
Good! I mean, keep yourself occupied, for crying out loud.
Meanwhile, somewhere thousands of miles away, in the Mystic Ruins...
Which is actually not that far away from there, come to think of it.
Miles, Tails Prowler was just relaxing, chillaxing, maxing, acting
Flexing.
all cool. A thing that he didn't do often lately, mainly because of the greaves?
Yes.
Because of his grieves about losing Cosmo.
Yeah, he is many a grief, essentially.
His plural grief.
Oh, good lord.
And partly due to his stepmother's attentions. He
God
took
damn
them
it.
to not hold Disneyland. And they got to ride the Tower of Terror.
Okay, so I guess the Mobius equivalent of Disneyland would be Human Being Land?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
From the very day that which Sally Eggcorn dropped her job as politician, she's been with her beloved quote-unquote son ever since.
God damn it, those quotes are so misleading.
Tails had interesting roleplay scenarios.
I'm honestly really trying not to do that, which is uncharacteristic of me, but, I really... I'm trying to, like, I've done that joke a million times. Come on, let's just get this over with.
But the writing, it doesn't help.
The writing just does not help, no. They together built a simple hut in a convenient field nearby the hidden militia base and lived there for a few days now.
Oh yes, because as we learned last time, building your house in an open field is a great idea.
Also,
Yeah.
strange enough, no one heard from them in those 2 days either.
He didn't complain with it at all. He loves Sally as a bigger sister, even as a mother for that matter, but don't tell anyone. After all,
Okay,
don't want to
fine.
go full Koikaze here.
Oh, don't worry, we won't tell anybody. We can keep a secret, right, guys?
He didn't, however, like how childishly she treated him. She used to cuddle him and giving him all those stupid, funny kisses.
Again, call back to the show.
Yeah.
Yes. He won, not a child.
What?
What? What is this?
Wait.
What is this?
I want to take a step back. He won, not a child.
He won, not a child. Okay,
I didn't know that was supposed to be was, but
I think, yeah, it was supposed to be was, actually.
But yeah, in another way, if you think of it, if you put the T in, he wants not a child.
I know.
better use protection then. I mean, meow. Or better, he mentally wasn't. He was a mechanical genius, a pilot, a soldier, and a highly trained fighter. 8 years old or not.
How about not?
She seemed not to understand this, and that was kind of burdening to the kid.
Essentially, this is all, Mom, you never let me do cool stuff. I'm all grown up now.
Yeah.
Sure you are.
Deep down, on the other hand, the situation was quite different. He needed that attention. He needed to be loved and cuddled. God damn it, Madhog. I'm trying to take the high road here, but
This is all innocent, Ross. This is all innocent, Ross. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, it's
He
innocent,
needed
Ross.
he needed all of that way more than he could ever admit. He needed her. And Sally, too.
Yeah, Sally needed herself too.
No, I was talking about Cosmo here, it's implied. Anyway, I should point this out. Remember that time when Tails' house died?
Yes.
You know what? I never mentioned the parents being found. Well, that's because Eggman took the bodies of the parents, robotized them, and sent them over to traumatize Tails. And he had to kill his parents with his own hands. So that happened.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Yes,
Lying
sounds
on
funny.
the green grass, the kitsune was almost asleep. Or he would have been, if the loud noise of an explosion wouldn't have been caught by his sensitive, foxy ears.
Okay, it's happening, guys. It's about to happen. Are you ready for this? Are you ready, kids?
Immediately aware, the tiny warrior spun his two namesakes and darted for the direction of the noise. So he spun his 2 miles?
He's two tails.
Obviously, but that's not his real name. Darted for the direction of the noise, athletically avoiding the trees in the process.
Tails is so good, you guys.
This explosion, he could say, was very different than the usual ones he was accustomed to.
Yeah, because it was a plot explosion.
It wasn't straight out of a Michael Bay film this time. It seemed almost like a mildly okay cartoon. A sonic boom.
Somebody had to do that. I'm glad it was you.
Impossible. Who could ever break the sound barrier?
No, actually, I'll do one better than that cartoon. It was a really memorable opening for a beloved Sonic game from the Sega CD.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Okay, moving on.
Still my favorite game of all time. Anyway.
Even though it's a complete mess from design standpoint.
It's can be confusing, but there's just so much to actually explore in there. Anyway. A sonic boom impossible! Who could break the sound barrier in the middle of a thick tree forest?
Tree forest. Apparently, we have different kinds of forests. Like we have foliage forest, we have bush forest.
You say that, but you don't know. There could be a glass forest, like, right next door.
Yes, there is a forest of barbed wire, there is an ice forest, there are all kinds of forests. You know when in cartoons somebody's hanging for their lives from a flying object and they happen to go through various patches of wood that'll happen to be comically just, place full of nails, a place full of cacti, a place full of pillows.
Yeah.
The fox reached an opening only to find none.
No, the fox reached an opening field.
Opening field only to find none.
Hi, none!
It is capitalized, so I guess it's a character.
Well, after ellipsis. Okay, so none the nun. Okay. Do you want to be Tails or Ross?
I don't mind, as long as we get through this.
Yeah, you be Tails then.
Okay, I've read most of this chapter, so I guess Madhog can be Sonic.
Yes.
Okay, so you can be as obnoxious as possible.
It's not very hard for me. Yo!
Someone screamed from behind the kit.
Ah!
A natural reaction to unexpected encounters such as this, followed by a sudden fly onto the highest tree branch. A sudden fly on the highest tree branch. So, he just flied magically on the highest tree branch. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
To be picky. Whoa, sorry about that, dude. Hey, you can fly with those two tails of ya. Mondo cool.
What the heck?
Slowly, but still heart-pounded, the cub descended from his improvised haven and gave a better look at the potential fiend.
Yes, kill him, please.
His attacker, quote-unquote, was a blue teenage hedgehog with long downward quills, gloves, and sneakers. And I am that damn awesome kind of smirk on his face.
Yeah, okay, I want to punch him already.
Okay, this is about as profound as when Voldemort was first described in My Immortal, honestly. Hey, what are you staring at, bro? Wanna take a picture? Well, I couldn't blame you for that. I'm Sonic. I'm the coolest dude in the house, after all.
Tails knew this hog for just a few seconds now, and he could already say that he didn't really like him. As a matter of fact, the dude was quite annoying.
Yes, you see, I'm making Sonic annoying, and it's funny because the other characters find him annoying. Or something.
Yeah.
He did ask him anyway.
And who are you?
The hedgehog adopted a hurt expression.
You don't know me? Dude, that's Mondo Tremendo.
Mondo what? Do you speak my language?
A sincere doubt that crossed the Vulpine's mind.
Ha! Funny cool little guy, huh?
It wasn't a joke. And you still didn't answer my question. Who are you?
The blue boy smirked again, raised his left arm to the sky in a typical superhero pose, and finally answered,
I'm Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog!
In the bold writing, it puts down here, what a dumb name.
Tails, thought.
Ta-da! Are you happy? Sonic has been officially introduced in my saga. Aren't you glad? So, the theme with Sonic is...
that he is annoying comic relief.
There's essentially an annoying character, whilst everyone else found him cool back in the day. I am subverting expectations when it comes to Sonic. He thinks he's so cool, but everyone else think he is really annoying. Although, when it comes down to it, he can be, cool when he needs to be. So there is
I
that
didn't
silver
even realize
lining.
it until now, but I am actually wearing a Sonic shirt right now. Huh.
Okay, so the reason why I wanted Ross so bad to be involved in this reading is because there are a lot of cameos and references that only he, as a Sonic fan of the hardcore variety, will be able to appreciate.
I would classify myself as a former Sonic fan at the moment, with maybe going back to it if the next couple games are half decent.
Well, in that
Because I
case,
kind of divorced myself from that pretty hard within the last few years. Hell,
yeah,
I'm not even making like Sega fanboy episodes about Sonic games anymore.
yeah. Well, you and a lot of others, but still, you recognize Jeffries and Joan,
Yes.
crazy fuel thing, which are all very obscure.
Yes.
And
And of course,
also,
you did a few other callbacks to Set AM,
of
which
course,
is the one to really call back to because let's face it, the
like the
other
wolf
one
pack.
not so good.
Yeah,
The
you know what?
Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog not so good.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not done with this yet because it only gets better / worse
Yeah.
with the cameos and new characters that are being introduced.
Oh, goody.
Oh, by the way, Davar, knowing you, I know you like Amy Rose. I think you will enjoy what she does in the next chapter because she has to meet up with Sonic at some point.
Oh, gosh.
But you know what? That is for the next time.
You know, the sad thing is I can always see how you're going to do it. Basically, she's just completely unimpressed and finds him annoying and, you know, basically has no interest in him, just as a complete 180 to the relationship that they actually have. Because you were about that clever when you were writing this.
Yes, but there is a but. There is also an asterisk. It is worth it. It is worth it, though.
Oh, I was hoping that you'd be black.
What?
You know, Shadow.
I don't think Shadow is in this story. Or maybe he is, but later on. He only
Well,
has
you know,
appearance
the
later
whole
on.
Amy Shadow thing. So she sees Sonic and it goes. So instead of the usual joke that Amy mistakes every other hedgehog for Sonic, despite having the different colors, she mistakes Sonic for Shadow, and they're like, "Oh, you're not black."
No, nothing like that. Something
that
much
wasn't
better
too
happens.
clever for him at that age.
No, I don't know. It sounds pretty lame.
Yes, I know. I've said it for a joke anyway.
So anyway, thoughts about the first 2 chapters of the new and improved Tales saga?
I'm hungry.
We had a good laugh and burps.
I still believe to this very day that part 1 of this saga, Tales, was the highest point of the entire saga.
Oh gosh, that's saying something.
Oh yes.
Oh god.
But anyway,
that'd be like trying to say that like the beginning of Beachside was the best part of the saga. I don't think that really holds true.
Now, well, that's because Beachside is becoming better and better as it goes on, actually. But Sonic, I mean, Tails, oh, that gets worse and worse as it goes on. But we'll discover how bad it becomes next time when I'll be once again joined by Devar and Rost to read the next few chapters.
Oh gosh.
So
it may be a while depending on my schedule, however.
It is going to be Mondo outstandingo. Let me tell you. Mondo awesome. Mondo cool indeed. Mondo tremendo. And all the Mondos. Oh my gosh.
Got a Mondo out of this show in a moment.
Help me. Save me from the puns.
Those were not puns. Until then, folks, see you next time. And remember, kids, getting trapped inside a dungeon with somebody who's not your close relative is no good. When that happens, you say no, and then you get out of there.
Oh, God.
I remember to always talk to mustached eggheads.
That's right. They clearly have your best interests in mind. And you're doing a nondescript panel van that says free candy on it even better.
Remember, kids, If they're a member of the Mustache Mountain, they are totally trustworthy. They are mondo cool in my book. So go follow them wherever they go, even if they go into the dungeon. And that's so good.
Just a very, very egregious, like, freaking misstep of this was, if you're going to have this thing where, like, Sonic was trained by Eggman and kind of a bad guy, you really should have not had that forward where, we find out that
Ross! So you think that Sonic is a bad guy? Interesting.
You kind of foreshadowed that pretty hard there.
Did I foreshadow that he's a bad guy? Did I now?
Madhog's playing game show host right now.
Did I now? I'm glad that you think of that.
That's what it seemed like, at least.
Okay, Madhog has taken Eggman's plan. He's distracting us from the real plot.
Yes! It was my evil scheme all along, Sonic! I mean, Tails! I mean, whoever my nemesis is this week!
Good night, everybody, and take care of yourselves. We're leaving.
Good night. I need to acquire food.
Good night,
Good night, everybody.
Everybody.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Gotta stop this show fast. Not fast enough.